All right, we'll give it just a couple of seconds here.
Milo.
And there we are. Yeah, he's been a bad boy today.
So
So
cute. Aw. Yeah, my Cassie has been, she's torn like all the ornaments off my Christmas tree, like the bottom third. It's just
oh
empty.
no.
She's pulled them all off. Yeah.
Oh no. Gosh. Yeah, he's having some bladder problems. I'm gonna have to take him to the vet, I think,
Oh,
because
he's still having that? Oh.
he's going to, yeah, he's using the potty and all over the house. So
Okay,
gonna
okay.
have to do something.
Yeah. Does he have a UTI or something like that?
I don't know. I
Okay.
don't know. I'm gonna probably go and get him checked out if he keeps
Yeah.
doing it. It's been a little while since he's done it, so but still,
Yeah.
it's that's not nice.
No,
So,
no.
all right. So this is Kristen, my buddy, and
Hi.
she's at Nine Worlds Tarot. And if you haven't seen Kristen before, she's awesome. So make sure you go down below to the description, and her channel is in there. Please go and give her a subscribe. That would be awesome. And yeah, that's what we got right now. And I'm just starting some questions. Anything new going on, Kristen, that you wanted to
Anything new? I mean, the
say?
holidays coming up. My
Yeah.
mother-in-law's going to come in for Christmas. As far
Okay.
as the channel, I haven't done anything. I think I'll do that end of year tarot tag. So I
Oh,
plan on doing.
I don't know anything about that.
Yeah, it's just the end of year tarot tag that people do. So I think I'll do that. I think Chanel Days might have started it. I could be wrong though. I could be wrong on that.
Oh,
So.
okay. Okay. Well, awesome. I'm still looking through here. Chat is jumping on me. All right. If you're watching on replay, thank you. And please give us a like and subscribe to both channels. And yeah, so that's where we're at. And we'll see who is here. Got Jackie Jacaranda.
Mm.
And Daniela is here, or was here. That was a while ago. And Purple Lisa is here now, I think. And Nicola.
Hi.
And Gigi. And Natalie.
Hi.
And Bernadette. And Sue Toffee. There's quite a few people here.
Yeah.
Awesome. And Garnet. Hey, Garnet.
Hi.
Natalie, I got your question. Bernadette, I got your question. Gigi, I got your question. And then I think that is where we're at.
Cool.
Okay. And thank you for putting Kristen's channel in there, Jackie.
Yes, thank you.
So, Purple Lisa, I've got your question. Yes. Okay. Daniela, you asked a third party, so that's why I took it out. That was the third party question. So if you have another one you want to put in, go ahead and do that. But I couldn't even look at the energy of that one. That was just all about someone else. So sorry about that, Daniela. All right.
Cool.
All right. We can get started here in a moment. I hope everybody is having a good Sunday. I'm squirreling a little bit because I've just got up from a nap. So.
Oh, okay.
I'm squirreling. She's like, oh, okay, that's why you're
Yeah.
acting so weird.
No. I took 2 naps today. I needed it. So.
Did you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a live earlier about 1, and it went for a little while, and so I needed a nap after that one, and I just got up. So, okay, Daniela, let me check it out. Hold on 1 second. Yeah, anything about what's happening in the future with the friendship connection? I mean, we could probably look at it. Um, what do you think, Kristen? Can you see the question down there?
Let's see. What do you see happening in future with this friendship connection between? I mean, we could give it a whirl. I mean,
Okay, we'll give it a whirl.
yeah.
Daniela, I'll go ahead and star you, okay? And Sue Toffee, welcome. I got your question. Hi, Kelly. Oh, Kelly likes me to wave at her. Hi, Kelly.
Hi.
So as long
Sorry,
as you don't.
I was reading Sue Toffee's question. That's all.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
No problem. All right, so let's go ahead and get started
Okay.
with Purple Lisa.
Okay.
All right, Purple Lisa, the first card I got for you is the Knight of Oars or Wands. And this here is actually a very compassionate knight. And he comes in being compassionate for others, having passion in general, and creativity. And so brings in a lot of gifts that you can envelop your personality in if you want to do something like that. But this is helpful for romance, but he can be a little bit reckless. So just have to be careful. I usually say with this card, just where you're walking, driving, making sure that you're just being cautious. That's the Knight of Wands. And then I got the Ace of Coins. And this is a great card. So this means you got money coming in, possibly materialistic things, or someone's coming in to give you a new opportunity to get those things. So this could be in the work division, something with work. And then I got the Seven of Coins. So this may mean that you have to have a little patience with yourself and with others for things that are coming in. So just make sure that you're giving yourself patience. And you are saying it's weird. I had a very odd day today. Thing after thing happened. Lost my mitten. Oh no, was late. So many things. Had a rough day.
Aww.
Yeah, sorry to hear that. Let me do a clarifier for this Knight of Wands because I feel like I scrolled on him. Yeah, you got the Five of Coins, so that would make sense that you had a rough day and not finding things, losing things. This is about loss. Okay, but the good thing about this is there's always light at the end of the tunnel on this card, so you can turn it around. Okay, so try to turn it around because the rest of your cards are really good. The Ace of Coins is money coming in. Seven of Coins is the money is there, or whatever you need is there. You just got to let it grow and have patience with it. Next card I got for you is Establish Priorities. All right, so this is kind of like the boundaries card, but just making sure that you're establishing, what's important to you. I think it's pretty self-explanatory. And, what is important and what you need to work on as well. This looks like the moon here. So with the moon, just doing shadow work if you need to. And then I've got for you, well, two came out. It says, when I'm patient, I let the universe do for me what I cannot do for myself. I like that. So this is actually going right on the patience card. So patience is a big one. And then it says, I don't have to fear my fear. I can use it as a way to get closer to love. Yes. So that came in with the other one. So I'm going to leave you with that and just see what Kristen has.
Okay, so the general message that I'm getting is really about manifesting your passions and celebrating those passions, embracing them, and being proud of them. So you got the King of Wands, and this is a man all about having that mastery over his passions, whether that's a creative pursuit or a business pursuit or a hobby or anything like that. This is a guy who, or woman, non-binary, whomever, that really can really take ownership of the path that they're going on. They have a very intense personality, but it's controlled. Unlike the knight or the page, which is a little less, less controlled energy. The king has mastered that energy. So I think this is calling you to think of some passion or something that's driving you and really hone in on it. And really take it seriously and really dive into it. So you got the Ace of Swords next, and this is a spark of inspiration, some sort of something in your mind, is percolating up there, something new. So this could be a new passion, something that either you haven't entertained yet, or it's something you've been thinking about, you've been chewing on, and like you just haven't acted on it because of time or what have you. So this is just saying, pay attention to those thoughts. Pay attention to where your attention goes. That'll tell you what you're interested in. And then you got the Six of Wands, and this is about celebrating your achievements. So I think this is saying, don't be afraid to work towards an achievement that you can celebrate. I mean, it could be anything. I know I'm repeating myself, but this could be something small, it could be something big, just something that's important to you, something that lights a fire in your belly, and you're like, yes, I did that, and be proud of that, and be okay with other people noting it as well. So you got the box turtle in, what's the name of this deck? Prairie Majesty Oracle, and it says, carry what is always mine. So this is about ownership. This is about taking ownership over your life. This is saying, okay, I've done these amazing things. I'm awesome in those respects, but it's also owning the mistakes and saying, you know what, I'm not perfect, being humble, and knowing the path that you are on is what your own choices and decisions, have contributed to that. So your successes are from your hard work. And don't downplay the struggles you've been through. Don't downplay the work you've put into things. And then you got from the, I always forget the name of this deck, the Wild Goddess Oracle, you got the Manifester. So this says, monitoring your inner dialogue and using affirmations daily can help you to make real your desired life changes. So whatever it is that you're hoping to change, if there's something, how you organize your life, or how you do a certain task, or some sort of direction that you want to take of a certain activity, or I don't know, or some spiritual path, any of those things, just think about it. So let that percolate in your mind and see where your attention goes, and so you can manifest that. So that's the message I have.
Awesome. Thank you. All right. Thank you, Purple Lisa.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay. And a couple of people have come in. Tanita, welcome. I've got your question. I want to say hi to Mary Hernandez Walker. And Peace Lily is here. And Peace Lily has done a donation. Thank you for that.
Hi.
And we'll go ahead and get you next. Okay.
I worked on my energy today. What does that specifically mean? Is it Reiki, rest? Can I get clarification on what that sentence means?
Nothing yet.
Not yet.
Just in my own way. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so I've got the Two of Cups for you. This would be a good time for you to possibly meditation in nature, she said. Okay. So Two of Cups is a conversation with someone else about, love, about really deep things, and you can have a conversation with someone that you trust and just, talk about things that are on your mind and that you think that are important, because you need to have a person or just someone there that you can talk to about things. So that's important. I do that with Jackie all the time. Just run things by her, and it's good to have somebody like that. This doesn't have to be romantic, but it's just choosing to have a conversation with someone to help them, to help you, etc. So then you got the Emperor, and the Emperor is about being a leader, organizing, so taking control, and that can be you taking control of your energy. So I just see this as you being a leader, possibly in other parts of your life that Spirit is going to ask you to step up in. And then you did get the Five of Swords. This is a little stumbling block. Just make sure that you are steering clear of people who are causing problems, and that you are staying out of it. Basically, that's what that is. And then you got, oh wow, the Five of Wands. So you got 5 cards. 5 cards are a little conflicting. This is conflict, chaos, and you can see their hair is entangled. So you said, I had with someone in the morning today. Oh, I think that might be your energy or something again. You had what with someone in the morning today? Peacefully? Your meditation? I think that might be it. Well, nonetheless, it looks like you've had a long day. If you need to get rid of these things, then just, try to change your vibes. Ask Archangel Metatron to help you, and he will. And in fact, I have some Archangel Metatron cards. I'm going to pull one of those for you. But then you got the Three of Swords. So just looks like there's some things to straighten out in your life, especially in your actions and in your mind and in your head. Okay, so just make sure that you are doing that. And let's see what the Metatron card says. It says Mother Earth grounding and support. And I think you said you were doing some grounding.
Mhm.
So there you go. That's your way to get better energy is grounding and support. So that will help those negative cards. You also got renewal, yeah. So renewing your energy, renewing your journey. And then I've got my greatest spiritual shifts don't come through force, they come through freedom. All right, so that's what I got for you, Peace Lily. I hope that makes more sense. You say morning conversation, found someone from same soul family. Oh, okay, good. Had Five of Swords kind of energy past 2 days. That's why I worked on energy. Okay, awesome. You may need to work a little bit more, just because I'm seeing all these little stumbling block cards, the speed bumps, and if you do that, ask your guys to help you through that, and boom, that's why you found the Five of Swords. Okay, okay. I came to a peaceful place, but I had a series of bad luck. Like in one place, accommodation didn't work out. In other places, shower didn't work. Rental car had fault. Yeah,
Oh,
that's just like a bad day. So, um, you can increase it by doing the things of the oracle cards. So, grounding again, support, renewal, freedom, and declaring that you're free of those things and just moving on. But let's see what Kristen has for you.
okay, so the first card you got is Temperance. Now, this is a card of balance. It's a card of taking those extremes and integrating them together. So, staying away from extreme reactions to what's going on outside you. You know, it sounds like you've been really pelted with like one problem after another. And this is saying don't compromise your integrity for it because of it. Don't compromise your emotional stability, because of it. Just don't give into it. Learn how to integrate. When you're meditating, that's what it's not about putting your head in the sand. That is about, being present to yourself, being present and processing those emotions and integrating them all. I got the Five of Swords too.
Oh,
So yeah, so I'm thinking there's just some sort of energy around you that's a conflict laden energy. I don't know if this is you with someone else or there's other people around you, but this is a card of winning at all costs. It's a card of basically winning and shooting yourself in the foot in the process, basically causing more damage than you're winning. So there's someone around you or some energy around you that's causing more damage than it's worth. So maybe that means something to you. And then you got the Hermit card, which is a great card when you've been meditating. So the Hermit card is all about turning inward, stepping back, taking those moments to yourself, just as you've been doing to work on your own energy. But it's also not hibernation. It's not a card of going to sleep and avoidance. It's a card of processing, just like that first card. It's a card of processing so that you can step into the light once you've done that work, within. And so the next card you got Black-footed Ferret. Take over. Is it time to reclaim and reinvent the structures in your life? Like, what structures aren't serving you? What needs to change? There's something that you might be doing that just some habit, some bad habit, or way of dealing with things, or an emotional reaction to certain things that's just not working for you. And I think your guides are saying, look into that, to work on that, seek out help from other people who can give you guidance on how to do that. So this isn't just, oh, okay, poof, my problems are gone. No, it's about working on yourself and be strategic about it. Turn to other people if you need the help. to get guidance on and insight into situations that you're dealing with. And the last card you got is the Ruler. And this reads, sometimes you must create and defend boundaries to protect yourself from the invasive or other inappropriate behavior of others. Okay. I would say invasiveness or other inappropriate behavior of others. So taking care of your energy. Don't let other people manipulate you. Don't let them cross your boundaries. Now, a boundary is something we do with ourselves. You know, a rule is what we give to other people. You're not allowed to do this. And a boundary is saying, you're doing this, I'm stepping away because this is not good for me. So look to those situations where you can step away and say, look, this isn't good for me. Or people, relationships, you're not good for me, I'm stepping away. I'm creating my distance, I'm creating that boundary. So that's the message I got.
Awesome. And that was similar to what I got too, peacefully. So thank you for your question and your donation.
Yes.
I appreciate you. All right. And let's see. Taynita also donated. So Taynita, you're next.
To focus on.
Okay. Appreciate a message from my guides on what I need to focus on. Okay. Taynita, are you here? You ready? Yes. All right. All right. So the very first card that I pulled for you, Taynita, is the World card. So this is a great card to have, and this is the end of one cycle and the beginning of a new cycle, success, joy. The only thing that's really required to focus on during this time is gratefulness, being grateful for what you have, gratitude. And so if you can do that, that'll bring in even more success and joy. Then you got the Chariot. So 2 majors already. This is focusing on your journey and making sure that you are going in the right direction, just doing a little bit of a spirit check. Because sometimes, usually, the Chariot card has 2 Sphinx on the front and they're looking in opposite directions. So you have to steer them in the right direction. So it requires action to get to the victory, but this is victory. And then you got the 7 of Swords. 7 of Swords can be about deceit, someone trying to, pull one over on you, or just maybe not saying nice things about other people. Just stay away from this energy is the best thing to do, and to, go the other direction. If you can't, then speak your truth out of love. Wow, you got the Tower too. Now this is not bad. It looks that way, but it doesn't mean that your whole world is going to come crashing down. But there is something that needs to go, and if you don't correct it, it will go anyway. So if you can correct whatever this is in your life that is doesn't need to be there, and help it to be rebuilt into something even better, then that's the best thing that you can do, is rebuild and make it something good. It was surrounded by speed bumps, so you got the 5 of Wands as well. So chaos and conflict, staying away from this too. But you've got the World and the Chariot right here that will help you out to take care of anything that the Tower throws at you. And yeah, it might be a little challenging the next few days, next week, but you got this. You can handle anything that comes your way. Just make sure that you're navigating through the waves and the energy of the tower. Your oracle cards, you got trust, and it says overcoming doubts, insecurities, and patience. There you go, overcoming your doubts about the tower and knowing that you can handle anything that it throws at you. And so you've got trust up here as well for you. Your next card is the fire card, the dragon's strength. So this makes me think of the lion's strength in the tarot, which is kindness, gentleness, tenderness, patience, all those things that make up true strength. And if you will just have those things in your life and just use them. Sorry, there's a cat crawling on my cards.
Aw, he's helping.
He's helping. Yeah, he's been helping out the whole time. So, yeah, just know that you have strength within you. And if you don't feel like you have that strength to, take care of the things that come into your life, ask Spirit to help you. And ask your guides to help you as well. And then I've got a super attractor card. It says, when I'm in a state of appreciation, I'm in vibrational alignment with my true love nature. Okay. So be appreciative, and if you want to, and have gratitude, and that will bring more of the good things and make the tower a little less shocking there. I did pull one more card for you just because I felt like your reading was a little incomplete, and you got the heart, love. Okay, so throw love on anything that comes into your space, and you got this. You've got it. So that's what I got for you. Let me see what Kristen has.
That's interesting that you pulled some of those cards, because the reading that I'm getting is about self-love. And it's not just, soft self-love. This is fierce self-love. This is not niceness. You're not being nice to yourself. You're being kind to yourself. And those are two different things. So you got the Queen of Swords. And the Queen of Swords cuts through bullshit. She is a woman who, through compassion, tells the truth. She tells it like it is. And I think this is just saying, be honest with yourself. The best way to show love for yourself is to be honest about what's serving you and what's not. What you're doing wrong and what you're doing right. Celebrating what you do right, embracing those things, but honoring, your mistakes as well. And just being truthful with yourself. It's very important, through the process of self-love, is to be honest with ourselves, be honest with other people, and to be, just to keep that integrity. You got the Ace of Pentacles. This is the energy of the Pentacle suit. So this could be about finances, or it could be about the body. It's a very grounding suit. So it could be about everyday matters, or it could be about the body. So you read it how it speaks most to you. Either you are at the beginning of a financial something, there's some good investment. You're investing into yourself. That could be finances. It could be energy, something. This is calling you to invest in yourself. And that could be saving money, not spending willy-nilly on Amazon. Or it can be about your relationship with your body, about, being, investing in your own health is what I'm trying to say. Trying to find a job in a new country at the moment. Wow. What country? I'm interested in what country. So yeah, I think this is saying, do the mature thing, make the mature choices in regards to finances, the job, how you treat yourself through that process. This is about investing in yourself. Oh, interesting. Wow. Okay, next card is Eight of Cups. And this is a card of walking away. This is a card of the cups are about emotions. So if something isn't serving you emotionally, cut it out. Just cut that shit out. You know, whether you are talking to yourself badly or there's someone in your life that's causing you a lot of stress. Hoping to find something here. Yeah. So this is saying, you know, keep going, walk away from, you know, this could be the past job, say leave it behind, the past life in the other country, leave that behind. Say this is the new you, this is the new you, you're walking forward, and to, you know, put your head held high, you know, because you're walking forward, you're taking care of your shit, and you're being honest with yourself. The next card you got is connect to eternity within, love yourself, be held by love. So don't be afraid to be vulnerable to other people. Don't be afraid to receive gifts of love, of networking, of attention from other people. You deserve that kind of honest, authentic love from other people and yourself. You know, part of loving yourself is accepting love from other people. And then the last card you got is the Inventor. You got, this is a good time to amplify your focus, to clear and purify space in your world and in your mind to make way for something new. So this is about getting focused, staying focused on what's important to you. That's how you can show yourself love, is, you know, staying focused on what's ahead, because you deserve it. You know, you deserve the hard work. Even if it feels like shit sometimes, you deserve the hard work. So that's the message I have. Cards.
All right, awesome. Okay, thank you, Tanya. And
Yes.
moderators' questions are now closed unless there's a donation, please. And the next one we've got is Purple Lisa. And Kelly, I'm going to say, oh, we already did Purple Lisa, didn't we? Yeah.
Yeah.
How about Nicola? Nicola, are you here? And Kelly, I've got your question. You got it in before I changed the questions to close. So I've got you. You're welcome, Tanita. Is Nicola here? All right, we'll come back if we need to. How about Natalie? Natalie's here. Okay. All right. Interesting, because Kristen just got for someone the Ace of Pentacles, and I got you the Ace of Pentacles. And it's interesting because it says source of life. And it's like aces are always new, in my opinion. So this is something new coming, growing. You can see the little leaves growing, and eventually it becomes a tree or it becomes a huge flower or something. But I think that this is something, a new opportunity coming in for you. So especially with the other two cards that I got for you, this is a new opportunity. And it can be something materialistic, it can be money, but it just means that something good is going to happen for you. And just to kind of look out for that and be optimistic, because it's going to bring more optimism after it gets there. Then you got the Three of Cups, so celebration, friendship. So celebrating with your friends is important. And yeah, just make sure that you're being grateful for all the things that are going right in your life. And then you got the Ten of Cups. This is happiness, play with the dolphin, and joy. And it's just having, everything come in that you need to make yourself have like a happy home, happy life. Yeah, it sounds great. Your cards are really good. I'm curious what your um, oracle cards are going to say. You got perspective, right? So make sure that you're just having the right perspective on things and you're looking at things maybe twice, doing like a spirit check and just making sure that you're on the right track. And then you got anchoring the light. It says the light is always within me. It's like an affirmation for you. So anchoring the light. And then I've got the yin yang card, balance. So just make sure that you're balancing out, things in your life. This could be the divine masculine, divine feminine. But for me, I'm seeing it for you as being work, home, relationships, friendships, that kind of balance, not overworking, not doing anything too strenuous that is overbearing for you, just making sure that you have things in balance. So that's what I got for you, Natalie. It looks really good on my end. So let's see what Kristen's got.
Okay, so the general message that I'm getting is have a plan in place. When the shit hits the fan, have a plan in place. This is not me predicting that the shit is going to hit the fan. So you got the 10 of Swords, and that's the shit hitting the fan. But it's about getting up. It's about when you're knocked down, you get back up. The sun rises, in the distance in these cards to let you know that you are at an end of suffering, of the suffering and the misery of a specific situation. And then you got the Five of Pentacles, and this is a card of loss, of feeling like you just don't have enough, like you're missing something. And it could be that what you're missing is just that plan that you need to have. I'll be less vague in a little bit. Okay, you got the Hermit, and this is a card of turning inward, of really reflecting. And I think what this is saying is look back on the times when you didn't handle things so well, and be mindful of new ways, wiser ways of handling, the shit hitting the fan in the future. How can you act in alignment with your greatest good, your highest good? How can you show self-care through those moments, those hard times? Have a plan in place. Have a self-care bag. Literally, I have a friend who has a self-care case, and she opens it up and it has all her stuff that makes her feel good. When you are at your lowest, don't go eat a pint of ice cream or an entire pizza. I mean, that's fine if you do, but this is saying, there are better options. There are better options than what's the word? Self-sabotage. Don't self-sabotage when you're in those moments. This is about reflection, turning inward, stepping back. And then you got the Find Your Haven card. So it reads, there is a place of wonder waiting just for you. Now, I think this is about, those feel-good things. It's good to feel good, and it's good to have those in place when things go badly. What is those things that are going to just lift you a little? you know, have those in place. And not just like being wise in your decision making, but also wise in how you treat yourself. And then the last card I got is the map card. Which course takes me home? Which course takes you home? Your home is your haven, your safe haven. That is where you feed yourself. That is where you find comfort. That's your soft place to fall. And so I think this is saying establish your soft places to fall when things, hit the fan. I keep saying that, but it's true. When things are bad, it's good to have a plan in place, so you can take care of yourself and lift yourself up and keep yourself from drowning. So that's the message that I have.
All right. Thank you, Kristen. All right. Thank you, Natalie.
Thank you.
Is Bernadette here? Bernadette, are you here? Okay, no answer. We'll move on. How about Gigi?
I assume he passed. Does that mean late boyfriend?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Gigi's here. Okay. Yes, I've had a message similar to this one from her, and he's passed. Okay, Gigi, let's see what we got here for you. Tony wants you to first be resilient, have that bounce back perseverance that you need in order to just keep going. And he's saying that he loves you very much and he wants you to continue to prosper. And one way that you can do that is just by keep going and don't let go. Don't quit. Whatever your journey is, your sole purpose. A week tomorrow he passed. Oh, I'm so sorry. That is really, really soon. Yeah, so he is saying for you to find your purpose, make sure that you have that, and just to follow it. He doesn't want you to feel trapped or just kind of bound to grief. Now, having grief is part of getting past the pain. So grieving has its own timetable. You can't put a timetable on grief about how long it's going to take. But you can know that, the swords are a little bit of an illusion and that you can change this into, something better that you can handle while you're going through the grieving process. So, and one thing that he wants for you is for you to have happiness. This is the Sun card. So he wants you to have happiness, joy, vitality. And he's asking for you to, just be grateful for the times that you had together. And he's watching you. He's there with you. See the eye on the sun there. So there's flowers for growth here as well. You will grow and learn through this situation. I know that's really probably hard to hear, but I have lost my mom, and so I know and Kristen's lost her mom, so we know what it's like to lose somebody close to us. But just know that grief doesn't have a timetable, and you got this. The next card I got for you is Alchemy. This is changing things from negative to positive, using like the magician's tools to get out there, and just know that he would want you to go on, right? And that, of course, is with the, with having grief at the same time. Sometimes you have to keep going even when you have grief. And then you got dissolving judgments. That don't judge yourself for feeling grief or grieving. Instead, just know that you don't have to like the actions of others in order to love your journey. So just don't dissolve or don't take any of the judgments that other people have and put them on you. Instead, just grieve in your own way at your own pace. And then I've got the anchor, stability, and he's saying that you were his anchor is what I'm getting. So just know that he's there if you need to talk with him, and you were his stability. So that's what I've got, Gigi. I hope that resonates some. We'll see what Kristen has here.
Yeah. So first, my humblest condolences on the loss of your boyfriend. That is so soon. You got the Eight of Cups, and the Eight of Cups is about moving on, walking away from the past. But I'm reading this as you do it at your own pace. You don't let other people tell you how to grieve. You don't let other people say, get over it, because that's not healthy. That's not helpful. And this is just a card of walking one step in front of the other, and it's going to be difficult. It's going to be sad. It's going to be hard. But we don't leave grief behind. We don't get rid of it. We make space for other things around the grief. And I think what this card is saying is, while time moves on, make space around the grief for other things in your life. Don't let it damage you so much that you can't find quality experiences or love or happiness in other places around that grief, if that makes sense. You got the Knight of Cups, and I can't help but think that this is him. This is a card this is the romance card, so the romantic fella. And so I think this is calling, just letting you know, it's just a nod, saying I'm here, and then I still love you, and yeah, and because you got two knights. So you also got the Knight of Swords. And so just thinking about what do the knights stand for, and often it's about courage. What does a knight do? Charges into battle. And so I think this is calling you to have courage of the heart and courage of the mind. And the courage is to get up in the morning, to get up, to allow yourself to grieve, and to keep going. And he's there. He's there with you. He's not gonna. You might not be able to see him, but he's there. And then you got the card loneliness, and you're going to be lonely sometimes. There's going to be empty space there where he was. You're going to miss his laughter or the words he said, or just the space he took up in your life, and that's going to be lonely. And I think this is just him saying, it's okay to be lonely, but don't isolate. Don't isolate from people, the people who matter. Because one thing that I learned is that when you're grieving the loss of someone, the people around you, they move on, and they're stuck with the grief, and you're like, wait, it's only been like a few weeks or a few months. Where are you? They've moved on with their lives, and there you are holding that grief. Um, I think this card is saying, find the people who won't walk away, who won't just leave you in the dust, with that grief. So don't isolate. And the last card you got is you can do hard things. It is not as impossible as it may feel. It may feel like a horrible hill to climb, the grief, and moving on without him. But there are moments of peace that you will find. There will be moments of presence where he's there. There's going to be moments of remembrance, and you're going to use that for your strength. That's going to lift you up through this process. So that's the message that I have.
All right, awesome. Thank you, Gigi, and lots of love and light to you.
Yes.
Is Daniela still here? Yes. All right, Daniela. Let's see what we can do with this revision that you put up. Since the blockage on social media, what do you see happening in future with this friendship connection between me and as Millie is the way you say it, since these changes? Did you block him on social media or did he block you? Daniela, if you don't mind letting me know that. Did he block you or did you block him? And then he unblocked me, but I didn't unblock him. Okay, so it's just going back and forth. All right. Oh, you're welcome, Gigi. Thanks for that. Wow. Okay, so this is what I'm getting from the cards. I'm getting that there may be something to salvage between your friendship. I know it goes back and forth. It has been for a long time now. So you got the King of Wands. This is you being in charge. So using your leadership abilities to maybe contact him somehow. And when you're ready, when it's time, if it's something that you want to salvage the relationship, if you don't want to salvage it, you just need to walk away and, let that be done. But this is just saying that you can handle, whatever he brings to you by being the leader and having your own boundaries. And then I gave you a clarifier for this card, or for all three of the cards also. I want to see that he doesn't try to contact through other social media ways. Okay. You did get the Four of Wands. So this is a celebration card, happy home card. So maybe it's a good thing that you have the break from him right now. Maybe this is bringing in good things to have this time apart. You then got the Queen of Cups. This is a lot of, for me, this is self-care and self-love. So bringing in love for yourself, mimicking what this Queen of Cups does, in other words, taking on her characteristics. She loves herself, and then she's able to love others. So I see you actually, trying to make yourself heal after the problems that you've had with this person. And then you got the 10 of Pentacles. So I think that things are looking up for you, and you've got, really good cards. So I'm going to say what I thought for a while. And I think I told you before, I think that the connection may be to, for lack of a better word, unhealthy at this time. So you may just need to sever the ties between him. But you got really good cards, but I think that's you taking in your freedom, you taking in your liberty, and getting rid of something that's holding you back. Okay. I can't tell you if he will try in the future to reconnect, because that's reading on someone that isn't here. So that I don't know, because we can't read on him without his permission. But let me get you an oracle card or two. You got the sacral portal. This is where your feelings are. It's right below your belly button, and where you get those butterflies at. It says creativity, intimacy, and inhibition. Yeah, I feel like he's holding you back a little bit. So that could be where your inhibition is coming from. And then I got for you emotions from the moon. So you may need to do some shadow work to, really decide, is this someone that I want to keep doing this with, or can we just finish playing the games and go our separate ways if you need to? Because I think there's somebody good out there for you, Daniela, because Spirit is saying for you to take leadership and ownership of your life and bring in self-love. And so that's what I got. No sorries. You're fine. You're fine. Just know that's what I've got. Bringing in good emotions instead of ones that are leaving you questioning and in a questioning relationship. We just don't need those in our life. So that's what I've got. Let's see what Kristen's got.
Okay, so the first card I got is the Chariot, and this is about moving forward. It's about harnessing all that energy that you have and directing it in a healthy way that's for your own benefit. So this is, in a way, could be seen as a card of moving on with strength and with your eye on the prize. What is it do you want out of your life? And does this person serve that? And what do you do with that? Like, what do you do with this person? Because you asked, are they going to contact you? Can't answer that, but we can answer, if he does, what do you do? And so I did pull an extra card for that.
Yeah.
So you got the Wheel of Fortune, and this is a card of time, of moving on again. This is about patience as the seasons go. And eventually, the shitstorm that this person brought into your life is going to be in the past. It's not going to affect you as much as it's affecting you right now. And then you got the Strength card. And this is a card of, tenacity. It's a card of strong will, but it's also a card of having the courage to do what's right for you. To feed yourself, to feed your spirit, and to put your needs first. Because sometimes you have to do that in order to live an authentic life, and a life that is free of toxicity. And I was like, oh my God, because you mentioned freedom, and I got the freedom card. So I think this is just saying, yeah, like move on, be free, allow that blocking to be of service to you as you move on, and maybe, chew on everything that happened. It's still freedom is creating that strong boundary and saying, I don't need this in my life, regardless of how it happened, or who was right, who was wrong about whatever. I don't know the story. But this is saying, like, you're free to move on, to leave that behind. And then I got the card Digest. What am I cleaning up or converting? So how are you going to use this? This experience. What good does it serve you in life? I don't believe everything happens for a reason, but I believe that we can find meaning and information out of everything that happens. And so, what information are you going to bring in and process and use? For the betterment of yourself. What can you learn about yourself? What can you learn about other people? Things like that. And then the card, what if he does start, trying to contact you? You got the mermaid. And the message is, look below the surface of your emotional reactions to know what is really going on, for things are not always what they may seem. So if he contacts you, stay mindful, stay present to yourself, to that emotional life within. What's going on? Do you feel it in your gut? Do you feel it in your heart? Do you feel it in your jaw? Look to those signs, and you'll know what's best for you. So you'll know the best way to handle the situation, how to diplomatically and healthily just do what's right for you. So that's it.
All right. Thank you, Daniela. Hope things get better.
Yeah, thank you.
Next is Sutathi. Sutathi, are you here? Looking for Sue. Oh, you're welcome, Daniela.
Yes, you're welcome.
No Sutathi? I know she's got a lot going on, so we may have to come back to Sue if she comes in. I definitely wanted to get that one if we could. But let's move on. And go to Shika. Shika, are you here? Okay. Let's try. Okay, Sutafi's here. Okay, my landlord said cats and I have to leave December 25th. That's Christmas. But I cannot secure new home until December 30th. Will my two cats be okay in cat care for a few days? They're scared and clingy. Plus, will my possums be okay without me? Okay.
She has pet possums, or does she feed wild possums?
I think they're outside.
Okay.
They're like feral, aren't they, Sue? wild ones, yeah. Okay. Okay, well, first of all, I'm sorry this is happening, Sutafi. That's awful that you have to get out on Christmas Day. But I did get the Two of Pentacles. This is a balance and flexibility card. If you can, just leave the possums to spirit to take care of, I think that would be a good balancing job for you because you have so much else on your plate right now. So trust that they will be okay. All right. Manifest that. All right. And I think they will be. Then you got flexibility. So maybe have another discussion with your landlord and ask if you can stay till December 30th, if you can't move until then, and see, if he can have a little compassion on you. You got the Justice card. So what goes around comes around. So just know that good things are going to come to you if you just keep putting them out there into the universe. So wild possums that peel core apples and they call me if I am late. Okay.
Aww.
Yeah, everybody knows how I feel about possums, but
Yeah.
So having justice, having a balance again. So, and then the Three of Cups is about celebration. But look, she's balancing the three cups. She's balancing all three, and there's balance in each of these. Justice has the scales. Two of Pentacles has this. So I think you need to get things balanced in your life and make sure that, you have a place to go for, the 5 days or however long it will be. And I think your cats will be okay in cat care for a few days. I've had to put mine in cat care before, and not this one, but others. And they were okay. So they just might be a little bit clingy to you when they come out. Like you said, they're scared and clingy. So that might be their way of just telling you that they missed you. I also got for you risk and dare. And you got the unicorn card here. So I'm just thinking that if you take a risk and talk to your landlord, just not threaten him in any way, of course, but speak your truth out of love and just be the squeaky wheel that gets that grease, because this is, a thing that I think is that important, that you speak out and you keep speaking out until hopefully he will let you stay for a little while. He has a new tenant coming in on December 28th and said no. He said get out December 25th as he needs to go on holiday. Oh my gosh.
What a ass.
Yeah. I feel the same way. Well, I've got repetition too. So I think that this card may mean for you to just repeat, trying to get his attention or find another way. Maybe going into a hotel for the last, 5 days until you can get another place. And just knowing that your cats will be okay. I think they will. And that your possums are going to be taken care of by probably the new tenants. So I think you are going to have a positive experience. It's going to be rough though for the next few days, at Christmas. So I'm so sorry you're going through that. But sure, Kristen has more. So
yes. Okay. Okay, so the first card we got is the Ace of Wands. Um, and this is about new beginnings, a new direction in your life, whether you want to or not. I'd be curious though. Squirrel moment. Did you pay to the end of the month? Like, did you pay to stay there for a month? And if you did, then legally you have the right to stay there. But I digress. Squirrel.
If I could I step in for
Sure.
just a minute? I
Yeah.
don't know if it's different because she's in Australia.
Okay.
So I don't know if the
Yeah.
laws are
The
different
laws. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
there or not.
Uh,
So yeah.
Gotcha. So yeah, I think this is just pointing to the new beginning, the new start, a new year, and just moving forward with the hand you've been dealt. Okay, you got Six of Wands, and this is a card of celebrating. This card is a little different. It looks like a community coming together. And so I think this is just saying, turn to other people for help. And you are doing right by your cats. I know I have 7 cats. I love my babies, and it would be really difficult to put them in the care of someone else like that. In I don't know what you call it, cat care, a cat hotel. That would be very hard for me. But I think this is saying, like, you're going to the professionals. They care about the animals. They'll do a wonderful job. The cats might, be pissed at you, but that's okay. They're allowed to be pissed at you, and they'll get over it, and then you will move on. Then you got the Knight of Cups. I'm unsure how to read this. I guess this is just about feeling your emotions. Allow yourself to feel the emotions. Um, have the courage to process those emotions because you're going through a lot, and that needs to be processed. You're grieving the loss of something and then moving on, and it's got to be stressful. That's got to be horribly stressful. So this is about just, healthily processing that stress. Be kind to yourself. And then you got be present, find clarity in the moment. Yeah, I think this is just reiterating, just be present to the process, be present to yourself and to your needs. And as far as the possums go, there are options. You can either ask someone to take over the care of them. Maybe the next people will take care of them. But they're wild animals, they'll adjust. I've had a gaggle of squirrels, that have been depending on the tree in my backyard, including, raccoons that would live in there. Well, we had to cut it down. It was a massive tree that we had to cut down. They'll survive. They'll find a new place to live. They knew how to do it before you. They'll be able to do it after you. So that's that. And then you got the protection card. So I think this is just saying, nature will protect them. They got it. They got this. And this is about the protection of your cats as well. So everyone's going to be taken care of. Take that off your plate. Take that off. Stop worrying so much because they're going to be fine. So that's the message I have.
All right. Thank you, Sue Toffee. Lots of love and light to you as you go through everything here. Okay. Let's see. It's 20 after. You think one more?
Yeah, one
would
more.
be okay. All right.
Yeah.
We didn't get to everybody. I do apologize. I'm just going to go to the one that calls to me. That's Judith. Is Judith back? Yes, I think she is. Judith, are you ready?
Yeah, her name's right there.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll go ahead and read for her. That's fine.
Yeah.
Hey, Marilla. Hope you're feeling good.
Hi.
All right. May I please have a Christmas reading from the divine and from my past father, Fred, and my baby sister, Robin? Please and thank you. Oh, I'm sorry you had to go through both of those. My dad's name is Fred as well. All right. The first card I got for you, Judith. Oh, she was talking to Sue Toffee. That's why she didn't answer. The first card that I got for you, Judith, is the Queen of Pentacles. So I believe that this is your father saying that you are a motherly type person. He's proud of you for, taking care of the people that you've taken care of and the things that you've taken care of. And, just to keep going and doing what you're doing. He's very proud of you. There, you can see that better now. Came into focus. Oh, no problem, Judith. And then you got the death card. So this is not a literal death, of course. This is a transformation, change, transition. So something new is coming in. And I think it's going to be really positive for you. It may be a little negative before it gets to the positive, but it's happening for you, not to you. I think this is from your father as well, saying just don't give up and just stay alert during the changes and try to see how those changes will bring good things to you. And then you got the Queen of Swords. So 2 queens. So this is a lot of power that you have. And this is saying that you may be psychic as well, they are saying to you. And you can reach them at any time that you want to. She is also loyal and very smart and able to make, hard decisions. So he's saying you're like a queen. So let's see if I get any from your sister as we're going through the oracle cards. Priorities, building blocks for life. And I love how the pyramid here is in a rainbow and kind of like the chakras as well. And so I think it is chakras. Yeah. So I think one of your priorities is just making sure that things are in alignment. Chakras are aligned. You can, if you don't know how to do that, you can go on to YouTube and look, Judith. But they just want you to be healthy and happy. And then I've got perception. Right. So I'm not sure how this fits in as well. Because this one to me is, how you perceive that they have passed on. I'm getting that they want you to know that they're okay. All right. And I'm getting that from your sister as well. I'm going to pull another one here. Okay. They want you to be happy. Yeah. You got the flamingo. This is from your sister. She got the flamingo card for you that says fun. So she wants you to have fun, live your best life, and it doesn't have to be serious all the time. And just to go out there and get what you want out of this journey and continue to go. That I think you're on the right track, but you do have a major change coming in. So I think that's going to be really good and positive for you. And let's go ahead and get Kristen in on this.
Okay, so I did a Christmas message, and then a card from your father, and a card from your sister.
Awesome.
Okay, so the Christmas message I got was the 3 of Pentacles, the Six of Swords, and the Page of Wands. And so, like, I was racking my brain, like, what does this have to do with Christmas? But I think this is about, really staying present to the true meaning of Christmas. Um, it's about this baby. It's whether you're a Christian or not. We know the metaphors and we know the story. It's about this baby that is brought up to be the king, and it's this radical shift in reality. We got this radical shift of the baby becoming the king and the king's brought low, and through that, humanity, becomes reconciled. And so I think what this is saying is that you need to dive into your purpose. You need to dive into that purpose, because your purpose is bigger than you realize. This purpose is it. I don't know what your purpose. Let me say, I'm not going to tell you what your purpose is, but you need to find it, and there is a purpose there, some sort of work that you need to put in, dive into, in order to create something bigger than yourself, to be part of the story, that story of us moving forward and you moving forward, and reconciling yourself to those broken moments, those losses, but and finding your happiness, your peace, within those moments, around those moments, I should say. So you got the Six of Swords. And this is a card of moving to better waters, to better shores, I should say. So you are leaving this situation and you're going to make a better life for yourself, whether that's, might not be a financial better life. I don't know your situation. This is about, just making things better. It's about that hard journey, that, like, going back to the Christmas message, what happened? You had Jesus's parents had to run into Egypt. They had to flee into Egypt, in order to save their son. And I think this is saying, you need to do the same kind of work, to save yourself. You need to do the same kind of work to, find those blessings within your life. To save those blessings, to cherish those blessings, those, symbolic babies, that you have in your life to take care of. And those are your cats, maybe. It might be your cats, that you were chosen to be their mom, and to take care of them. And you're doing the best you can with them. And it's love. You have such love for them. And that's what matters. And you got the Page of Wands. And this is, a new passion. It's about, starting that journey, that new direction in life, to have a purpose, to have a cause. I think this is calling you to find that new beginning, into what to invest in. What in your life should you invest in when you start this new year coming forward? And the message you got from your dad is connect to eternity within. Let yourself be held by love. So I think he's just saying he loves you. And to turn to other people that love you. They're there, and your cats love you. And that's what matters. That's what, in the end, that's what matters in life. It's love. It's connection with other people, and compassion. And the card from your baby sister is let go of the past. It is time to envision a new story. It's a new narrative. Create a new narrative for yourself, a new path. Don't let what happened in the past affect you too deeply. Don't let it spoil you. The bad things that you've gone through, the challenges, don't let it change you. Don't let it do that. So that's the message that I got.
All right, thank you. And Kristen, we're right at an hour and a half, but I just looked and we have like one more. Is that possible?
Sure. Yeah, we can do one more.
Thank you. And she is here. I already checked. And that is Kelly. She just wants a reading for the week. So Kelly, if you can let me know you're ready. I know you're here, but make sure you see us. Never mind, you're there. I got you. All right, Kelly, the first card that I got for you is the King of Fire or the King of Wands. And this king is very leadership oriented. So you may be called into a leadership position, maybe at work or at your home, making sure that things are organized, just giving of yourself, when you need to, but also, this king has a lot of compassion for others. So having that compassion for yourself and then for others will help you this week. Then you got the Chariot, and this is really a different Chariot card. It's called the Hero, and you can see this person, going after this wolf, and basically it's just to keep going, and eventually things will go in the right direction. So I don't think this is a it's not like the Rider-Waite for sure. The Rider-Waite's like got the Sphinx on the front, and they're going in different directions. Now that could be why he's got two different eyes. I don't know, but this is just keep going for victory and steering things in the right direction. Then you got the 10 of Pentacles, which is the 10 of Earth in this deck. And this is just to say that good things are on its way to you. And this is having, what you need and what you want in abundance. So the only thing that is required for you for this card is to have gratitude. Have gratitude and be grateful for the things that you have, because there's a lot of abundance coming to you for this week. Okay. Your oracle cards, you've got this one here. It says, when I surrender my will to the care of spirit and the universe, I attune my energy with an ever-present stream of well-being. Okay, so surrender your will to spirit and the universe, and then things will work out the way that they should be. So surrendering is a good thing to do. When we surrender the outcome to things, we get rid of our expectations, because usually spirit and source has a better answer for us than what we could come up with ourselves. So I also got the solar portal for you, which is the solar plexus. And it's right in that same area in your stomach, but a little above the belly button there. And Archangel Uriel is over this chakra. And so this is being centered, balancing power. And it does say manipulation as well, but it's about your personal power and coming into that power. Okay, grateful, got through the negative double-digit weekend. Yes, I forgot you're in Minnesota, so it's you got through it, and now maybe you'll have a little bit of sunlight to help you get warm as well, and that's what this card could mean also. And then the last one I wanted to pull for you, it says invoking self-realization. And you got a butterfly on this card too for a change coming in. And it says each breath confirms how awake I already am. So just believing in, breath work, and that you've got this. So you are a warrior, and I believe that you've have a good week coming up. Just stay focused and be thankful for what you have. That's what I got.
Okay, so you got the Sun, the Nine of Swords, and the Page of Cups. So I think what this is saying is, focus on the good, focus on the positive, going into your week, because that could really set the tone of your week. But ultimately, I think this is saying don't lose sight of what you have, in for your life. Keep your eye on the prize. I don't know what you're working. You might be working towards something. You might be, working on yourself. Processing things, or developing a new skill, what have you. This is saying don't lose sight of it, because things will derail you. Your mind might derail you. You might start ruminating or thinking of negative thoughts if things go crappy here and there, or it just might be falling asleep to your dreams, just sort of becoming too sedate in the face of the drudgery of our weeks. And the Page of Cups is all about feelings. This is about being vulnerable and wearing your heart on your sleeve. And so I think this is just calling you to pay attention to what you're feeling throughout the week. Pay attention to your body. Pay attention to what your needs are, because you may have moments where there's needs that need to be met, and you don't want to ignore that or put it on the back burner. Stay present to yourself. So the next card I got is Stock. Is my pursuit with both honorable and focused? So whatever you're pursuing, ask you keep those in mind. Am I staying focused? And am I staying in integrity? Whether that's just getting through the week, or if you have a specific thing in mind, or just surviving. I don't know. But this is saying stay in integrity, stay authentic, and be focused. Don't be squirreling all over the place and then sedating yourself and losing focus on what it is that's the best for you. And then the last card is the Dancer. So maybe you need to warm up by dancing. So it says you must feel free to express yourself if you want to live a truly authentic life of quality and meaning. Our soul's dance is unending. Well, that's just a beautiful message. I mean, yeah. So feel free to express yourself, either through movement or art, or if you just need to get something off your chest, constructively address something that hasn't been spoken. You can read that how what works for you. So yeah, that's the reading I have.
All right. All right. So first of all, I want to thank Kristen for being here with me.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, thanks for wanting to be here. And you did beautiful readings, so thank you. And wanted to just thank everybody in chat.
Yes,
and Marby, I don't know if I said hi to you when you snuck in on me, but hello. Good to see all of you and to share a little bit of our Sunday with you. And thanks to all the mods, and everybody have a great evening. And Kristen, you've got anything coming up?
No.
Okay. Okay. I think the next official show that I have, I'll probably do some pop-ups. So the next official show is going to be at 3:30 on Tuesday with Sun Psychic Jean and Wisdom Seeker Joan. So that's going to be a really neat show. We're thinking about doing our own show like every other week. So
that's nice.
Yeah. So I'm looking forward to that. So hope to see you guys there. And if there's any pop-ups, you'll see them on my post. And lots of love to everybody. All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.